Good afternoon. Welcome to the market recap. I'm John Hoagland. Thanks for trusting me with your time. Today is Monday, January the 25th. Dan, I forgot, was off today. I know we're all going to miss him. He's doing just fine. He's having some fun today, so he will be back with you again tomorrow. I would like to apologize for the market forecast this morning. I have been through everything and I have not been able to figure out what the issue was from this morning. It was just one of those things. Apparently, another gremlin got in, but he must have gone away because things are fine. I didn't change anything. I haven't, I dug into everything that I could dig into, and I can't figure out what the heck happened this morning on the forecast. So hopefully tomorrow morning we'll get through everything on the forecast. There was a lot to talk about today. Markets have been through a full circle, up and down. Looks at lots of things in the news, lots of people discussing some sort of correction or pullback, when and where it's going to happen. Who knows? Looked like it might start today, but I think the market actually kind of finished relatively well. We're going to take a look at that shortly. As always, I'd like to say good afternoon to everybody. Felix Escobar, the infamous Felix Escobar, first in the room. You win the prize. Laura and Steve, good to see everybody. Good to be seen. And Mr. Shine's Mystery Channel, hello. James, good afternoon. Hopefully you had a good trading day. As always, you're just kind of looking at what the markets did. The crude oil just kind of meandered lower and then back to the upside. We're all, I'm sure, well aware of what our equities did today. We still have we still have overall all-time highs in two of the three markets that we sometimes look at here. We've got the Nasdaq put in an all-time high today in the regular trading hour session. We're still waiting for the S&P and the Dow to do the same. Markets don't tend to like when we leave all-time highs at the extremes that way. The gold really tried to get a move to the upside before the open, really just kind of returning back to Friday's range. Currencies somewhat unimpressive as far as opportunities today were concerned. We're going to take a look at those shortly. And as always, we're going to take a look at a little bit of news, a little bit of what happened in the markets, a little bit of what happened in the world, and a little bit of what has happened in the world. I always like to look back on the when I do the recap and talk about this day in history and this day in music. A couple interesting things coming up. So, hi Tanya, good to see you. Cody, started your first trading combine today. We're very happy to see you here. We're very happy to have you here, Cody, and we're all looking forward to your success. Sal, good afternoon to you as well. It's looking like we're going to get a little bit of snow here in Chicago area. They're saying anywhere from 4 to 8 inches. So if you are in the Chicago area, make sure you load up on a couple of groceries, get a few things you need before the snow comes in. Good afternoon, Chef Mike. Good to see you. And as always, like, share, comment, question, feedback, heckling are always welcome. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get notified when we do go live. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the charts now just so we can take a look and see what happened today and maybe take a look at what maybe we're thinking for tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows for sure one way or another? We're always just going to be trading what we see. So this morning, we saw the crude oil market really kind of testing below that 52 level. If you remember last week on the forecast, it was talking about kind of two levels of weekly kickoff areas here. We had 54 on the high end of this balance, 52 on the low end of this balance. The market testing below it early in the session and then resolving back to the upside. Here is the way the day started. It opened relatively close to that $52 level, about 20 cents above it. Took a couple of good stabs to get down below it, but none of it was accepted through time, volume, or participation. So you see the market kind of supporting being supported, I guess you would say, by that $52 level. We looked below it on Friday, looked below it today, unable to really accept anything below there, so the market kind of resolves back to the upside. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a estimate that the settlement price from today is going to be 52.76. That's just an estimate. What are we looking at? The market is in a state of limbo, it seems. And we added a whole bunch of open interest to the downside on Friday. We didn't get to talk much about that, but we're still pretty range bound here. So, as long as we stay range bound here, I'm going to be looking for opportunities at the extremes of this range bound activity. I'm going to be looking for opportunities at short time frame levels. It seems as though the market, even though it's adding open interest and building some energy, still is acting though it's remaining in short time frame control. We look at the low from at the extended trading hour session on Friday. I would have to say, this is Sunday night. This is that last bar on Friday. Well, the market took a look 3 times down there this week, couldn't find anything to kind of find sellers down there. So the market really kind of resolved back to the upside. We do have our normal economic output this week. So it's going to be on Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. when we see the EIA. We'll also see perhaps some more information on Tuesday night at 6:30, approximately at 3:30, 4:30, whenever the API comes out. I don't know. E-mini S&Ps. We're in kind of a 3-day balance here. Boy, did we really take a dive to the downside at one point today. What was that all about? If anybody has any kind of insight on what caused that push to the downside, other than just perhaps a little bit more fear coming into the marketplace, would be interesting to hear what people are saying and what people are seeing. The important thing that this says to me is the market has not broken down upside structure, I should say. Weekly kickoff low here in the S&Ps is 37.83 even. We got within about $5 of it on that push to the downside. We closed a previous gap. These are all things that kind of finish up business that we left below and perhaps maybe bringing the market back to the upside. But the couple of things that we look at are our all-time high. This is in the overnight session, okay, last week, our all-time high. It's a dime. It's actually one tick off of our weekly kickoff high. I really want to see this market get back above there, and then find the market continuing to move to the upside. We all want things to continue to go well. We know that they can't always just go that way. So the market opens in range and value, unable to take out the overnight high, finds us on a push to the downside. Some folks talking about vaccine news, so we'll take that as possibly some ungood news. I don't know. I haven't seen. I've been a little busy today, but the market really kind of heading back down towards that weekly kickoff low did not give me the opportunity necessarily to look for an execution at that level. I hate that when that happens. And look at the way the market resolved. I mean, the market really came back up to where it opened, in essence. Was kind of looking at an opportunity for this market to open, trade higher, and then close lower, which would be kind of a reversal day, a key reversal day, but it's not what happened. I think we've still got a little bit more oomph to the upside. The market just does not seem to want to leave that all-time high in the overnight session. Here's the NASDAQ, which today we put in another all-time high in the regular trading hour session, but we were unable to hold price above weekly kickoff high. It's a big fat round number. It's 13,500. So Still holding upside structure. Still didn't close bad. Still looking for this market to continue to perhaps move higher. Here's our 13,500. I mean, basically right there. We traded to it. We could not accept above it. We brought basically price back to where yesterday's or Friday's settlement, I should say. We had some pretty considerable upside longs, some weaker hands longs coming in today. The fact that we could not really necessarily continue this move higher on this second bar of the day really, I think, brought the market back towards that settlement. Then we find our kind of what would it be? Inertia. What is in motion tends to stay in motion until finally we really ran out of sellers down there. And again, the market closed higher. It closed really well. I'm thinking that we're not really looking at a situation where we're headed immediately towards any kind of corrective activity. I think there's still business left to do. This is the 30-minute in the Dow, and you can see here, this is our all-time high, which occurred in the overnight session, which says, maybe there's some more upside to come. Gold. Lots of folks talking about gold, and I've already changed my charts largely to the April contract. Today, February held more of the volume. I'm thinking by tomorrow we may see that volume move over, so I'm going to be looking mostly today at the April contract. The April contract has a $4 premium to the February contract. Keep that in mind when we're looking at these levels. So here's the April. We've still got a long way to go before I think we start to move or change any real market state here. We're pretty range bound. We had a little area of balance here. We're trying to leave that balance. We're having a little bit of a difficult time in doing so. We had an inside day and extended trading hours. Here's the 30-minute chart. Here's that inside day and extended trading hours. The overnight on Friday morning, Friday low, really just, did we get a little bit too long in short time frame here? It looks that way. The market opens and drives relatively quickly to close the gap and back to settlement, which creates the opportunity for the market to just kind of rotate all day long. Our overnight low was supported later on, and not a lot of big opportunity here, I thought. We're going to see, don't kid yourselves, we're going to see some bigger opportunities, I think, as this week goes on, I should say. So here's the euro. The dollar's still holding up above that 90 level. Overall structure to the upside has broken. I think we're falling more into a range-bound state than an absolute turnaround. Excuse me. We did not close the gap here this morning. That I find a little bit interesting. We opened with a gap, unable to close the gap. What's that tell us? That tells us that we're going to be looking for opportunities in the direction of the gap to the short side, which basically all we did was kind of reclose this gap from last week, and then we turned around and started heading back higher. In case you didn't hear that, my dog Lacey is saying good afternoon to everyone. I think she's ready to get out and run around a little bit. I'm sure she's going to be excited to see all the snow coming. It has not yet started. However, the Japanese yen, we're going to lose this product next week. We're going to be looking at the 10-year probably, which is one of the deepest, thickest markets that we have in futures. The bid and the offer are always 1,000 to 2,000 contracts. It's going to be interesting for us to take another look at a new market. And what do we do here today? 1, 2, 3, 4 points of contact. Got a little deep through this one, but unable to accept below it. Taking a look now at the 30-minute chart. And there we are. Basically, value did not move. day over day, the market is really looking for new information, and we've got 96.65 is our weekly kickoff high, which is all the way up here. 96.55 is not the number we were looking for. I'm going to gray this out. This is a past number, but may one day come back into play again. So just a kind of a brief look of what was going on in our markets today. I'm always looking forward to seeing everybody on the market forecast. We can really take a look at what we think about the market. We can take a few minutes or some time tonight to really think about the hypotheses that we're thinking about in the marketplace, looking at the nuances that we're seeing on the charts and in the profiles, and then always first thing in the morning we get to kind of see what the markets did in the overnight session. I don't trade the overnight session. It's as much a matter of the fact that I like sleep as much as I like the regular trading hour session. I like to know that everybody that is present or is available to influence the marketplace is currently available in the marketplace. So, excellent, Tanya. You've traded the 10-year before. I think that's the one that we've decided we're going to land on. So, excellent. So I guess Tanya's saying that one of the companies is abandoning their trials, and some countries are reporting no change in infections or deaths since starting the vaccine. But I think it's a little quick for that information. It seems like we just started our first round of vaccines a couple 3 weeks ago, and it's going to take 2 to actually give you any protection from it. So I don't know. That seems a little early to me. I don't know about you or anybody else, Tanya. It seems like they're not giving it its due time to give it a chance to see if it works. For whatever the reason, there's probably something other than the vaccine involved in those conversations. Richie B, Gray Man, Sal, Big Toasty, Dan Ireland. I see a couple of new names there. Welcome to the recap. Just thought it would have been to punch the markets in the morning. Yeah, who knows, right? And it would have, I would think, if they were coming out to say, hey, this thing isn't working, what's that going to do to the markets? Jeez, I don't even want to think about that. In futures, Big Toasty, no, that's our biggest account right now. But we do take very good notes, and we take excellent feedback. So I will make sure and pass that information on. We're always looking to improve the program and to see what people are really looking for. So, Big Toasty, I will pass that on. Speaking of passing something on, we've got group coaching this week. It's on Wednesday at 1:00. Go figure. Doesn't that make sense? Because that's when the FOMC release is going to come out. So we're going to start at about 5 minutes after the FOMC release comes out to see if there's any opportunities, if anybody wants to jump in on anything off the FOMC. Not really expecting it to be a huge event, but we like to give people the opportunity to see if they're going to do anything or respond to it. Great session last week. If I did not get to your question, please forgive me. Bring your question this time. Pop it in there right away. You can always email it to me ahead of times. And looking forward to having another good session. It seems to be growing. People seem to really like it. That makes me happy. And that's what I do here. Is my job is to try and help traders improve their performance. And I really enjoy the opportunity on Wednesday to talk to people that may not come to the forecast, may not come to the recap. Maybe they don't know us yet, but we'll see if we can help on the group coaching on Wednesday. Nobody, trust me, nobody knows everything. I certainly don't. If there's something I don't know, I'm going to tell you, and it's always an opportunity for us to learn something together. All right. So just kind of looking here, at the news. Uh, a guy for somebody at Goldman Sachs said the markets are going to flush out, but it probably won't be a crisis. And thank you, Goldman, for blessing us with that information. California is going to lift its statewide order, the stay-at-home order, allowing restaurants to reopen. Isn't that funny? How the timing of that is going, right? Just kind of going over some of the stuff here. Vaccines emerge as top priority as Biden and Congress try to craft a new aid bill. This is not good news. Nearly 20% of renters in America are behind on their payments. How can they not be? They've shut the economy and taken everybody's jobs away. It's so difficult for so many people. I feel deeply for them, but hopefully this is going to be over and over soon. Yeah, it's really kind of it. A lot of folks wondering when the big washout is going to take place in equities, in stocks. We're going to have to see. This day in history, the world's largest diamond was found in 1905. It weighed 1.33 pounds. Holy, that's a diamond. I would not want to walk around with that on my finger, let me tell you. 1924, today started the beginning of the first Winter Olympics in Chamonix in the French Alps. The ski jump and bobsled, as well as 12 other events involving a total of 6 sports. The International Winter Sports Week, it was known. In 1961, on this date, John F. Kennedy holds his first live news conference. First live news conference. How about that, huh? Well, I'm only looking for good things here. Only looking for good things. And this day in music, we always want to know what Led Zeppelin was doing in 1974 on January the 25th. They appeared at Market Square Arena in Indianapolis, Indiana, to over 17,000 fans. They played songs like Rock and Roll, Over the Hills and Far Away. The song remains the same. The Rain song, Kashmir, the Wandon song, No Quarter, Trampled Underfoot, and Moby Dick, and How Many More Times. And, of course, Stairway to Heaven, Whole Lotta Love, and Black Dog. Tickets, $8.50. What I would do to go see Led Zeppelin right now for $8.50. Amazing. Then, we all remember the band Aha. Where did that go? Aha. It was a Norwegian group. Some of my homies were number one in the UK with a song, "The Sun Always Shines on TV." Not even the famous "Take on Me." Another song was a top leader there in the UK. And this day in 1986, I remember 1986. I was 2. No, I wasn't really 2. I was already trading and on the floor and goofing off. And all right, so what do you recommend, iOS or Windows operating system for trading? Well, most trading platforms, if you're going to use them on the desktop, you're going to have to go with Windows. If you're okay using an internet-based or a browser-based platform like TS Trader on a browser base, then you're fine with Windows. But if you want if you want your platform to be downloaded and on a computer, then I certainly would recommend going with Windows. Right, I was 3. All right, well, I'm glad you liked that, Tanya. All right, great day today. Certainly some good opportunities. It's so difficult when there's instant volatility that is maybe fleeting, but still volatility, not to get your gears stripped. If you did well today, if you were patient, if you looked for the right opportunities, and you were profitable today in the equities, I applaud you. Now get a good night's sleep, get some rest, wash your hands, be ready for tomorrow. I will be ready with the market forecast at 8 o'clock Central Time. Again, hopefully the platform, and there will be no gremlins. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's Thursday. Lots going on this week. Join me, and as always, thanks for watching, and trade well. We are looking forward to your success. Have a great night.